Imagine standing in a bustling Chinese metropolis 2 decades ago. The air is thick with haze, the sun barely visible through a dense blanket of smog. People wear masks not for fashion, but for survival. The world's most populous country is racing to industrialize, and the price is paid in the very air its citizens breathe. Now fast forward to today. What if I told you that this same country, once infamous for its pollution, has become the driving force behind the world's clean energy revolution? In just 20 years, China has transformed from a symbol of environmental crisis to the architect of the planet's largest clean energy grid. This is a story of ambition, innovation, and scale on a level the world has never seen before. Let's break down China's insane clean energy transformation. It's a journey that's as much about technology and economics as it is about politics, society, and the sheer will to change. China's clean energy story is not just about swapping coal for solar panels, it's about reimagining an entire nation's future, and in the process, reshaping the global energy landscape. In 2024, China became the world's #1 clean energy investor, pouring nearly $2 trillion into renewables and clean tech. That's a staggering sum, more than the GDP of most countries. But this investment didn't happen overnight. It's the result of a deliberate top-down strategy, orchestrated by the Chinese government to dominate the industries of the future. The government set ambitious targets, offered generous subsidies, and mobilized state-owned banks to flood the sector with capital. Local governments competed to attract clean energy companies, creating a nationwide race to build the next big solar farm, wind project, or battery gigafactory. That's almost 40% of all global clean energy investment. To put that in perspective, for every $10 spent on clean energy worldwide, 4 of them come from China. This isn't just a national effort, it's a global phenomenon. Chinese companies are building solar farms in Africa, wind turbines in Europe, and exporting batteries to every corner of the planet. China's clean energy push is reshaping global supply chains, driving down costs, and making renewables accessible to countries that could never afford them before. At the heart of this transformation are 3 new industries that have become the backbone of China's clean energy economy: electric vehicles, batteries, and solar energy. Together, these sectors are now worth over $1 trillion. Chinese cities are filled with electric buses, taxis, and scooters. Gigantic battery factories churn out the cells that power not just cars, but entire neighborhoods. And solar farms stretch across deserts and rooftops, turning sunlight into electricity for hundreds of millions. In fact, China added more renewable energy last year than the rest of the world combined. That's not an exaggeration. In 2023 alone, China installed more solar panels and wind turbines than the United States, Europe, and India put together. Every hour, new solar farms come online. Every day, new wind projects are connected to the grid. The scale is almost unimaginable. Entire provinces are being transformed into clean energy powerhouses. Their clean power now makes up more than half of the country's entire electricity capacity, smashing their 2030 goals 6 years early. This means that for the first time in history, a country of 1.4 billion people is running its economy on a majority of clean energy. The grid is smarter, more flexible, and more resilient than ever before. Engineers in high-tech control centers balance the flow of electricity from thousands of solar and wind farms, ensuring that cities, factories, and homes stay powered, even as the sun sets or the wind dies down. How'd they do it? Massive manufacturing power. China's industrial machine is legendary, and when it turned its focus to clean energy, the results were explosive. Factories that once made toys and textiles now produce the world's most advanced solar panels, wind turbines, and batteries. The scale is mind-boggling. Entire cities are dedicated to a single industry, with thousands of workers, engineers, and robots working around the clock. China makes 80% of the world's solar panels, 60% of wind turbines, and 70% of all electric cars. If you've ever seen a solar panel on a rooftop in California, a wind turbine spinning in Germany, or an electric car zipping through the streets of London, there's a good chance it was made in China. This dominance didn't happen by accident. It's the result of years of investment, relentless innovation, and a willingness to scale up production faster than anyone else. That scale has made clean tech cheaper for everyone. As Chinese factories ramped up production, the cost of solar panels, batteries, and electric vehicles plummeted. What was once a luxury for the rich is now affordable for the masses. In just a decade, The price of solar panels has dropped by more than 80%. Electric cars are now within reach for millions of families, not just in China, but around the world. This is the power of scale. When you build for 1 billion people, you change the economics for everyone. But there's a twist. Most of those solar panels and batteries are still made with coal power, and China remains the world's largest carbon emitter. The country's rapid industrialization was built on coal, and even today, coal plants provide much of the energy that powers its factories. This creates a paradox. China is leading the world in clean energy, but it's also the biggest source of greenhouse gases. The transition is real, but it's far from complete. Their clean energy surge is real, but the transition isn't finished yet. China faces enormous challenges: how to shut down coal plants without causing blackouts, how to retrain millions of workers, how to build a grid that can handle the ups and downs of renewable power. There are political obstacles too. Local governments and state-owned enterprises have deep ties to coal, and change doesn't come easy. But the momentum is undeniable. Every year, more coal plants are retired, more renewables are built, and the balance shifts a little further toward a cleaner future. Still, the momentum is huge. China's clean energy sector is now one of the country's biggest employers, providing millions of jobs in manufacturing, installation, and maintenance. The country is home to the world's largest wind and solar farms, the biggest battery factories, and the most advanced electric vehicle companies. Every milestone is celebrated, not just as a technological achievement, but as a symbol of national pride and progress. By 2030, experts predict China will more than double its renewable capacity. That means even more solar panels, more wind turbines, and more batteries, enough to power not just China, but to export clean energy technology to the world. The government has set its sights on becoming carbon neutral by 2060, and while the road ahead is long, the progress so far is nothing short of remarkable. International observers are watching closely, because what happens in China will shape the future of energy for everyone. From choking smog to clean energy superpower, China's story is a global game changer, one that's shaping the future for all of us. The lessons from China's transformation are clear. With vision, investment, and the power of scale, it's possible to rewrite the story of energy and the environment. The world is watching, and the stakes couldn't be higher. As China continues its clean energy journey, the rest of the planet stands to benefit from cleaner air, cheaper technology, and a fighting chance against climate change. The next chapter is still being written, but one thing is certain: the world's largest clean energy grid is just the beginning.